Hi, my name is Kristy, and I'm an educator with the Hearthstone Institute here at Abe's Garden in Nashville, Tennessee. And this is one of our monthly videos we do highlighting engagement tips from our I'm Still Here approach. And today we're going to be talking about conversations. A lot of us love having conversations, love to talk. Some of us not so much, but often when we are working with people that are living with dementia, it can be hard to even start those conversations. So we are going to look at some tips on how to do that and encourage the people that we love and that we work with to engage and have meaningful conversations with us. So we call what we do to encourage our residents and those we're working with dementia to have conversations called threading. We call it a technique of threading because just like a spool of thread and you're pulling the thread off the spool, you're just letting it come and land where it's going to, or unraveling a sweater row after row. You're just don't even know where it's going to lead, but you're just going to keep pulling it. One thing leads to another, one row leads to another. And that's kind of how we look at our conversations. And we encourage those conversations through threading by asking our residents for advice, opinion, or preference. If you think about an everyday conversation you may have, say, with your best friend, maybe you go to lunch with them and you haven't seen them in a long time, and you may start out with how their job is going and the new position they took. And then maybe they start talking about their new position that they took in their job and how they like it, which leads to, but they're going on vacation soon and they really needed a vacation. And then they start talking about where they're going on vacation. And then maybe you start reminiscing about the two of you going on vacation together or with a group of girlfriends or friends back in the day. And then that conversation leads into more conversation about maybe traveling with your spouse, and then how is your spouse doing? And then maybe something to do with your spouse. So you started just on your children and you hit numerous topics in between that and your most current topic. The conversations that we have with our loved ones living with dementia or our residents that we're working with are entirely the same. They're just encouraged in a different way and helped along in the beginning in a different way. So how we do this is by asking for their advice, opinion, or preference on something we're talking about. And one of the best ways we have found to do that is by showing a picture or a photo of something. And a lot of our life engagement coordinators will start off with, what do you think is happening in this photo? Well, that's just a great question to start out with, because when you do that, you'll get all kinds of answers you've never even thought of. And it's really eye-opening. And one of the most wonderful things about going through the journey of Alzheimer's or some things that you might hear with somebody that has dementia, as challenging as some things may be, the perspectives that are gained and that you hear are just amazing. The other times that we've used threading is if we are trying to help our resident, maybe they're having a difficult time. Recently, there was somebody I was working with. I went into one of our houses, and this resident was real kind of sad, and the staff was trying to encourage and invite her to attend the next activity that was happening. And she just was real sad and just wanted to kind of sit there. And so I went over and got, within eye level and introduced myself. And I started to look at the floor because I realized that we had changed our floor at Abe's and it looked great. And I said, this flooring looks really great. And I could tell she had kind of opened her eyes and she was looking at the floor. And I started to kind of walk a little bit. She got up and started walking and was looking at the floor with me. And I said, you know, what do you think about this floor? Do you like it? And then she discussed that she liked it. She thought it was nice looking. And I asked her what her opinion would be as far as what colors to put in a kitchen. Should I do a wood color or a gray color? Because that's something that I was thinking about doing at my house. And she thought that maybe a gray color would, and she inferred that she had a gray color on her floor in her house. So before you knew it, we were up into the next household, and she was sitting down, and we were engaging in this activity, and her mind was on that and not what was happening previously in that morning. So that's just an example of how threading can help you through whatever might be happening that day, and can help you engage during that as well. So I actually thought it would be a great idea to do real-time threading. And I've invited my friend Ken, who's a life engagement coordinator, to come join me and see if we could maybe do some threading. So this is my good friend, Ken. And Ken, what do you do here at ABES?
So I'm a life engagement coordinator here at ABES. I've worked all over campus in memory support, but now I kind of work primarily in the independent living side, do all kinds of activities, and it's really a lot of fun, very rewarding.
Ken is amazing. I think all of our life engagement coordinators are, but Ken in particular, I love to hear him thread with our residents. So I asked him if maybe he would help me to demonstrate threading on this video, and he was so kind and said he would come and help me. So I have a very special photo that I thought we should thread with. Are you ready, Ken?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Linus.
Do you like dogs, Ken?
I love dogs.
Yeah.
So it's funny, I'm super allergic to cats.
I do.
Yeah. Don't like cats, but I've always been a huge dog fan. My wife and I actually have 2 dogs. We've got 2 Chihuahuas, which are Chihuahua Dachshund mixes. One's 2 and one's 4. So yeah, dogs are our whole life right now.
You said that you don't really care for cats, and I'm not a big cat fan either. And I wonder why some people are drawn to cats and some people are drawn to dogs.
I think it might have to do with maybe like personalities. I feel maybe more introverted people are drawn to cats, because cats really only they're kind of moody and they only love you when they want to. But dogs are like always happy to see you and always super affectionate. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was kind of thinking along the same way. I absolutely love dogs. And I noticed that Linus is wearing a sweater. He's so dapper. Yeah. And a bow tie. And it reminded me of the time we had a pet show. It was a pet fashion show at ABES. Yeah. And all the little dogs and cats were wearing outfits and strutting that. But anyway, Ken, thank you for threading with me with Linus. And that was just an example of using a photo and kind of talking about what's going on in the photo and asking for opinion and advice. And I think I asked you if you like dogs, maybe to start out with. Yeah. And that kind of led one to another to the type of bark that Linus has. And that probably could have gone on and on and on. But that is an example of threading. Ken, I really enjoyed doing this example. Would you like to come back again sometime?
I'd love to come back. Kristy, thanks for having me.
Okay. We might have Ken back again sometime to demonstrate another engagement tip, maybe on the next month, or I might invite some other folks back that we work with on the team here at ABES. But thank you for tuning in, and we hope that our conversation about threading helps your conversation with those that you care about and take care of that are living with dementia.